Okay, you guys right to go? Well, thanks very much for being here at short notice. 9 years ago, I visited Government House to be sworn in as the 48th Premier of Victoria. It has been the honour and privilege of my life. On 3 occasions, Victorians have endorsed me and my team in record terms. I'm aware that a group has written to, the City of Greater Dandenong rather, has written to the Premier asking for some further investigation.
Today that we fell so short of an historic 4th term wasn't for want of trying, wasn't for want of effort.
Hi, I'm Dan Andrews. Like most people, my family lives with the reality of dangerous level crossings. That's why Labor's got a plan to get rid of the 50 worst crossings. We'll also improve train station car parking because Victoria deserves better.
A number of our panellists are now going to call it. Bruce Hawker.
It's a Labor win, for sure, David. The trend is just too strong towards Labor in the seats that the government just has to hold.
The biggest public transport project in history is coming to Victoria. The Suburban Rail Loop is a new underground rail network connecting Melbourne's suburbs. It will link every major rail line from the Frankston line all the way to Werribee.
Suburban Rail Loop will deliver faster and more convenient travel for all Victorians, connecting major health, education and employment areas and the airport.
Will it be like a toll road type fare? Will it just be a typical public transport fare?
So this will become the busiest train line on our metropolitan train
But just a
system,
normal
and it'll be a normal
fare?
Mikey fare. That's
Right.
you can't have it priced so that people don't use it. This has got to be at the best possible value in order to get people where they want to go, and that's how you get 200,000 cars off the road. They have endorsed the removal of 75 level crossings.
I'm here to advise you that we now have a confirmed case of the 2019 novel coronavirus in Victoria, the first case in Australia.
Victoria will be in lockdown within the next 48 hours. Here are the latest developments in the coronavirus crisis. The Premier will tell a meeting of the National Cabinet tonight that he's shutting all non-essential activities, including businesses. That includes schools from Tuesday. The AFL today postponed the 2020 season. And the Prime Minister unveiled a $66 billion stimulus plan to help Australians survive.
Everybody right to go? Yeah. Very good. Is that yes or not? Not yet. I am. It's all right, I'll wait. Everybody right to go? Everyone right to go? Yeah. Okay, everyone right to go? Everyone right to go? Is everyone okay to go?
And well, from midnight tomorrow night, Victorians will be allowed to have 5 guests visit their home. So we can finally start seeing our family and friends again in those very small groups of just 5.
Thanks for joining us for the daily update. First things first, we have 13,035 cumulative cases of coronavirus in Victoria. That's 725 more than our last update. I'm very sorry to have to report that the total number of fatalities due to this global pandemic is now 162. A curfew will be implemented. So there will be a curfew across metropolitan Melbourne from 8 p.m. this evening, and it will run from 8 p.m. to 5 a.m. each and every day. And the only reason to be out of your home between the hours of 8 p.m. and 5 a.m. is to get care, to give care, or to go to and from work or be at work. Which that with 0 cases and so much testing over the weekend, not just in the north, but across the whole state, we are able to say that now is the time to open up. Now is the time to congratulate every single Victorian for staying.
lockdown is to hit Victoria from midnight. The whole state will enter stage 4 restrictions until the end of Wednesday.
It's probably fair to say that people in Melbourne are a bit on edge at the moment. The COVID outbreak there has grown and authorities are racing to stop it from spreading.
Again, we are bracing for a lockdown to try to halt the coronavirus outbreak that's spreading at an alarming rate. Victoria will be locked down for 7 days from 11:59 tonight. This time around, there'll be 5 reasons to leave your home: shopping for necessary goods and services, exercise for a maximum of 2 hours with just one other person. The shopping and exercise should be within 5 kilometres of your house. You can leave your home for authorised work or permitted education, caregiving, compassionate and medical grounds. And the 5th reason is to get vaccinated. The vaccine rollout is being expanded. From tomorrow morning, people aged 40 to 49 will be able to get a Pfizer jab at one of the state sites, but you'll need to book first.
Their advice and make the decision, the very difficult decision that my cabinet colleagues and I have just made on advice, and that is that Victoria will have to lock down again for 7 days from 8 p.m. tonight.
To the world's longest lockdown, there's finally a new dawn for Melbourne.
Everyone's poised for midnight. I think it's almost going to be like a mini New Year's Eve celebration.
Pubs and restaurants spent the day cleaning out the cobwebs as they prepare to welcome back some very thirsty guests.
I put my foot onto the first step. I knew I was in trouble. I didn't really connect with the step, it just slid straight off. I became airborne almost, so I'm horizontal with the step, and then all I could hear was just this almighty crunch. And that's when I knew that, and when I heard the crunch, I thought this is serious, we're in trouble here. Labor has a plan to replace those coal-fired power stations, those private companies, with 100% renewable electricity that is owned by all of us, not for profit, but for people. Labor is going to bring back the SEC.
Important one we'll make tonight. You heard Steve Bracks there saying Labor's confident and our board now agrees with him. 7 News is projecting that Premier Daniel Andrews has been re-elected for an historic 3rd term and most likely in majority government.
Ladies and gentlemen, a very short time ago I rang the Premier Daniel Andrews and offered my sincere and gracious congratulations to him on what has been a stunning night for him and his party.
Thank you all very much. Are you guys right to go?
After 9 years as the Victorian Premier, Daniel Andrews has decided now is the right time for him to go.
It's not an easy decision because as much as we've achieved together, there's so much more to do. But when it's time, it's time.
In a snap press conference, he announced his shock resignation this afternoon.
Parliamentary Labor Party internal election. All positions have been elected unopposed. The new Premier is Jacinta Allen, the Deputy Premier is Ben Carroll, and the new ministerial cabinet spot will be filled by Vicky Ward. Thank you.